Have you ever wondered why Japanese seniors seem to move with such grace and strength well into their 80s and 90s? Why they're able to sit on the floor, stand up without assistance, and maintain their independence decades longer than people in most other countries? The secret isn't some expensive supplement or high-tech gym equipment. It's something far simpler, yet incredibly powerful. Today, I'm going to reveal 6 muscle-building movements that Japanese elders practice daily, movements that have been refined over centuries and are now backed by modern science. These aren't your typical gym exercises. They're functional movements rooted in everyday activities that build real-world strength, balance, and longevity. If you're over 50 and worried about losing muscle mass, balance, or independence, stay with me. By the end of this, you'll have a complete daily routine that takes less than 15 minutes, but could transform your next decades. Before we dive into the specific movements, let's talk about why Japanese elders have something to teach us. Japan has the highest life expectancy in the world, but more importantly, they have the highest healthy life expectancy. Japanese people aren't just living longer, they're living stronger, more independently, and with better quality of life well into their research published in the Journal of Aging Research shows that Japanese seniors maintain significantly more muscle mass compared to their Western counterparts at the same age. They have lower rates of sarcopenia, that's age-related muscle loss, and maintain functional fitness that allows them to live independently much longer. But here's what's fascinating. They're not spending hours in the gym. They're not doing heavy weightlifting. Instead, they're incorporating specific movements into their daily routines, movements that are so natural, they barely feel like exercise. These movements target what researchers call functional fitness, the kind of strength and mobility you need for real life, getting up from the floor, carrying groceries, maintaining balance on uneven surfaces. These are the abilities that determine whether you'll thrive in your later years or struggle with basic tasks. The 6 movements I'm about to share combine elements of traditional Japanese lifestyle practices with modern understanding of muscle preservation. They work your entire body, improve balance, maintain bone density, and can be done by almost anyone, regardless of current fitness level. So let's get started with movement number 1. The first movement is perhaps the most important, the floor sit and rise. In traditional Japanese homes, people sit on the floor for meals, tea ceremonies, and daily activities. This means they're getting up and down from the floor multiple times every day, a movement pattern that Western cultures have almost entirely abandoned. Why does this matter? Research from the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that the ability to sit and rise from the floor without support is a powerful predictor of longevity. Those who could perform this movement with minimal hand support had significantly lower mortality rates. Here's how to practice it. Start in a standing position with feet hip-width apart. Begin to lower yourself toward the floor, crossing one leg in front of the other as you descend. Use your hands for support initially. There's no shame in this. Lower yourself into a cross-legged seated position. Pause for a moment. Feel your muscles working to stabilize you. Now comes the important part. Rising back up. Uncross your legs. Shift your weight forward and press through your legs to stand. Again, use your hands if needed. This movement engages your quadriceps, glutes, core stabilizers, and hip flexors. It requires balance, coordination, and functional strength. Every time you do it, you're building the exact muscle groups and neural pathways that prevent falls and maintain independence. Start with 3 to 5 repetitions in the morning. Use whatever hand support you need. Over weeks and months, challenge yourself to use less hand support. Your goal isn't to do it perfectly today, it's to keep doing it daily so you can still do it in 20 years. As you get stronger, vary your leg positions, try different ways of sitting and rising. This variation is key. It builds adaptability, not just strength in one specific pattern. Now let's move to the second movement, the deep squat hold, often called the Asian squat. Walk through any Japanese market, garden or public space, and you'll see elderly people comfortably resting in a deep squat with heels flat on the ground, hips below knees. They might be tending a garden, waiting for a bus, or simply taking a rest. This position, which many Westerners find impossible, is completely natural to them. This is perhaps the single best movement for maintaining lower body strength, hip mobility, and spinal health as we age. Stand with feet slightly wider than shoulder width, toes pointed slightly outward. Hold on to something stable, a countertop, railing, or sturdy chair. Begin to lower yourself down as if sitting back into a chair. Go as deep as your current mobility allows, ideally until your hips drop below your knees. Keep your heels on the ground if possible. Your torso will naturally lean forward. This is fine. Hold this position. Start with just 10 to 15 seconds. Breathe deeply. Feel the stretch in your ankles, the work in your thighs, the engagement in your core. To come up, press through your entire foot and return to standing. The deep squat is a full body movement. It strengthens your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. It maintains ankle mobility, crucial for balance. It decompresses your spine and hip joints. It even stimulates your digestive system. Most importantly, it maintains your ability to perform countless daily activities like picking things up from the ground, gardening, and playing with grandchildren. Do 3 deep squat holds, building from 15 seconds to eventually holding for a full minute or more. Do this twice daily, once in the morning to wake up your body, once in the evening to release the day's tension. Can't get your heels down? That's okay. Place a small rolled towel under your heels and work on gradually reducing the height over time. The third movement is what I call the standing leg lift series. Inspired by the Japanese practice of Radio Taiso, the national exercise program broadcast daily that millions of Japanese people, especially elders, follow. This simple movement builds critical hip strength and balance, 2 factors that directly prevent falls and maintain walking ability. Stand next to a wall or counter for light support. Stand tall with good posture, shoulders back, core gently engaged. Keeping your legs straight, slowly lift one leg forward to about hip height or as high as comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds, then slowly lower it. That's 1 repetition. Now lift the same leg out to the side. Hold for 2 seconds, lower it down. Finally, lift the leg behind you, squeezing your glutes at the top. Hold for 2 seconds and lower. That's 1 complete cycle. Do 8 to 10 cycles on each leg. What makes this movement so powerful is its simplicity and its comprehensiveness. You're working your hip flexors, abductors, and extensors, the 3 key muscle groups that keep you stable and mobile. You're also training single leg balance, which is crucial because every step you take is a moment of single leg balance. Japanese elders often do this while waiting for tea to brew or rice to cook, integrating it seamlessly into their daily routine. The key is control. Don't swing your leg or use momentum. Move slowly and deliberately. If you can only lift your leg a few inches, that's fine. The range of motion will increase with daily practice. Movement number 4 is the heel-to-toe walking pattern, known in Japan as tandem walking. You've probably seen tightrope walkers do this, placing one foot directly in front of the other in a straight line. Japanese elders practice this daily, often in their gardens or hallways, and it's one of the most effective ways to maintain balance and proprioception, your body's awareness of where it is in space. Find a straight line on your floor, or imagine one. You can also use a hallway where you can touch the walls if needed. Stand with your feet together. Place your right foot directly in front of your left foot, heel touching toes. Pause and find your balance. Now step forward with your left foot, placing it directly in front of your right foot, heel to toes. Continue walking this way for 10 to 20 steps. Turn around carefully and walk back. This movement forces your brain and body to work together to maintain stability. It strengthens your ankles, improves coordination, and builds the small stabilizer muscles that often weaken with age. These stabilizers are your first line of defense against falls. Do this once or twice daily. Start next to a wall you can touch for support. As you improve, challenge yourself to do it without touching the wall. Eventually, try it with your eyes closed for a few steps to really challenge your balance system. The fifth movement is the counter push-up, a modified version that Japanese home design naturally encourages because of the prevalence of counters and low tables. This movement maintains upper body strength, particularly in the chest, shoulders, and triceps, muscles that are essential for pushing yourself up from a chair, opening heavy doors, or catching yourself if you stumble. Stand facing a sturdy counter or table about arm's length away. Place your hands on the edge, slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Step your feet back so your body forms a straight line from head to heels. Keep your core tight, don't let your hips sag. Bend your elbows and lower your chest toward the counter, keeping your elbows at about a 45-degree angle from your body. Go as low as comfortable, then press back up to the starting position. That's 1 repetition. Start with 2 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions. As you get stronger, you can step your feet further back to increase the difficulty, or eventually progress to doing these on a lower surface. The beauty of counter push-ups is that they're joint-friendly. They build significant upper body strength without the stress that floor push-ups place on your wrists and shoulders. Do these every morning or evening, and you'll notice everyday tasks becoming easier within just a few weeks. The sixth and final movement is the seated spinal rotation, a movement deeply embedded in Japanese tea ceremony, practice, and meditation traditions. This gentle twist maintains spinal mobility, strengthens your core, and keeps your back healthy and pain-free. Many people don't realize that a stiff, immobile spine is one of the primary causes of back pain and poor posture as we age. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Sit up tall, imagining a string pulling the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Place your right hand on the outside of your left thigh, and place your left hand on the back of the chair or behind you on the seat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently rotate your torso to the left, using your hands for light leverage. Don't force it. Look over your left shoulder. Hold this position for 5 deep breaths, feeling a gentle stretch along your spine and through your waist. With each exhale, see if you can rotate just a tiny bit more. Return to center and repeat on the other side. Do this movement twice on each side, morning and evening. This simple practice keeps the small muscles between your vertebrae strong and flexible. It improves your ability to look over your shoulder when backing up a car, to reach for items on shelves, and to move through your daily activities with ease. Japanese elders often do this while watching television or having tea, making it a natural part of their day rather than a formal exercise session. Now that you know all 6 movements, let's talk about how to integrate them into your daily life the Japanese way. The secret to the longevity benefits of these exercises isn't doing them intensely once in a while. It's doing them consistently, daily, as a natural part of your routine. Japanese culture has a concept called kaizen, which means continuous small improvements. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do all 6 movements perfectly every single day. You just need to do a little bit consistently and let the compound effect work its magic over months and years. Here's a simple routine you can follow. In the morning, right after you wake up, do 3 floor sit and rises, 3 deep squat holds of 20 seconds each, and the standing leg lift series. This takes about 5 to 7 minutes and wakes up your entire body. Mid-morning or afternoon, take a quick break to do your heel-to-toe walking for 2 minutes and your counter push-ups. This breaks up prolonged sitting and keeps you energized. In the evening before bed, do your deep squats again and your seated spinal rotation. This releases tension from the day and helps you sleep better. The total time investment is less than 15 minutes spread throughout your day, but the return on investment is extraordinary. Within 2 weeks, you'll notice you're moving more easily. Within a month, you'll feel stronger getting out of chairs. Within 3 months, you'll have measurably better balance, strength, and mobility. And if you keep this up for years, you'll be that person in your 70s, 80s, and beyond who moves with grace, strength, and independence. Remember, these movements aren't about fitness culture or achieving a perfect body. They're about maintaining your ability to live life fully, to do the things you love, to stay independent, and to enjoy your later years with vitality. The Japanese elders who practice these movements daily aren't doing them to impress anyone. They're doing them because they want to keep gardening, keep cooking, keep spending time with family, and keep enjoying life. One final thought. If you're thinking these movements look too simple to be effective, or if you're worried they're too challenging for your current fitness level, I want to encourage you. Simple doesn't mean ineffective. These movements have stood the test of time because they work. And as for difficulty, meet yourself where you are. Use modifications. Use support. Do smaller ranges of motion. The important thing is that you start and that you continue. Your body has an amazing ability to adapt and grow stronger at any age, but only if you give it the right stimulus consistently. Japanese longevity isn't about genetics or luck. It's about daily practices, habits, and movements that support the body's natural ability. By adopting these 6 movements, you're not just exercising, you're investing in your future self, ensuring that your 70s, 80s, and beyond are filled with strength, independence, and vitality. Start today. Your future self will thank you.